Hello and welcome to the Bearded Math Man's YouTube channel. Hey, let's talk about solving a right triangle using trigonometry. This triangle right here, in fact. So let's say you had a quiz and this was what was written on number 1, for example. It says triangle ABC is a right triangle with angle B being 90 degrees. Side AB is 12 centimeters, side BC is 8.4 centimeters. Sketch the triangle, not to scale, and then find the missing side and the missing angles. So let's go through this, shall we? So you can sketch your triangle right here, right? Just needs to look good. Doesn't need to be perfect because it says not to scale. And really, it wouldn't help to be to scale anyway because, well, these are going to be some numbers you couldn't measure, right? So first of all, A, B, C. The only thing that really matters is that B is the 90-degree angle. So it goes right next to the vertex B is going to be right here. So we have side AB, we have side BC, and we have side AC, right? All right, now the thing that it tells us is that side AB is 12, so this is going to be 12, and this is going to be 8.4, right? And I know that because it says right here. So I didn't know that initially until I labeled it. Now if I put A here instead, then this side would be 12, and this side would be 8.4, but I chose A here, right? Doesn't really matter. Now, this is angle BAC. We have to find that angle. We also have to find this angle. I just chose to start here. Right? So let's start with the angles first. Now, here's what we are given. This is what we know. We know it's a right triangle, and we know the opposite side is 8.4. We know the adjacent side is 12. We also know that tangent equals opposite over adjacent. So one of the most difficult things to do is figure out what can I use? What do I know that I could use here? What could be useful that I'm aware of? So the clue is, how do you use the information you're given? Well, this is opposite, that's adjacent to this angle. You could also start off by trying to find this angle first, in which case you'd use 12 and 8.4. 12 is opposite, 8.4 is adjacent. But we're starting with this one, right? So we know those values, so we can write this equation right here. The tangent of angle BAC, in case you're not familiar with this, the vertex of the angle is the middle letter, so BAC. So this angle right here, the tangent of this angle is 8.4 over 12. Now here's the next key concept. Inverse functions, they switch the input and the output. Here, this is a function. Tangent is a trigonometric function. The angle is the input. The ratio of values is the output. So we need to switch the input and output because that will allow us to solve this equation right here, because we can't use inverse operations. It's a function. So input and output for the inverse function, which for tangent is called arctangent. The input is the ratio of sides. It's the opposite over the adjacent. And the output is the angle. So you can plug that into your calculator, and you're going to get 35 degrees. So we know this is 35 degrees. Now, these two angles, angle BAC and angle BCA, so the angle with vertex A and the angle with the vertex C, they're complementary. That means they add up to 90 degrees. So if this is 35, the other has to be 55, because 35 plus 55 is 90. All the angles in a triangle have to add up to 180, right? Now let's do the last side. We can use the Pythagorean theorem. That's the easiest way. We could use trigonometry too, if we had to. We could figure this out with trigonometry, but since we don't have to, let's go ahead and use the Pythagorean theorem. So we have 12 squared plus 8.4 squared equals this side squared. This is the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is unknown in this case, right? So you just plug it into your calculator. You're going to get 14.64, and boom, you're done. Hey, if this has been helpful, give it a thumbs up. Visit my website, thebeardedmathman.com. I have lots of help for this kind of topic and all kinds of stuff in trigonometry and all kinds of other math. I hope this has been helpful. If so, great. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment down below. Let me know how it's going. Hope you guys are all safe. Talk to you later.